Hello everyone and welcome back to Dr. Sourav's classes. Today we are solving an important electromagnetic theory question from the Engineering Services Examination 2026, Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering Paper 1. And the ESE examination conducted by UPSC is one of the most prestigious engineering examinations in India. And in EMT, the UPSC rarely asks the direct formula-based questions and instead it checks whether you understand the physics behind the wave propagation. And today's problem is a perfect example, although the question provides extra information like the pointing factor and the quantity asked is only the phase velocity. A smart student knows which information is relevant and which is merely a distraction. Okay, now before jumping into the calculation, always identify the useful data. We are given frequency F, this is 300 megahertz, and conductivity sigma, this is 0, and relative permeability mu r, this is 2, and relative permeability epsilon r, this is 4, and the average pointing vector, this is 10, right? Now ask yourself which of these quantities actually affect the phase velocity. The answer is only the permeability and permittivity. Notice that the vector is not required for the part of the question, right? So here is a trick that toppers use in the competitive examination. Whenever an examiner gives the extra data, don't assume everything must be used. Sometimes UPSC deliberately includes an unnecessary information to test your conceptual clarity. And here the pointing vector is a distraction. And since the question asks for the phase velocity, we completely ignore it. And this saves valuable time during the examination. Okay. Now let us first understand the concept. Imagine standing beside a pond. And when you throw a stone, ripples move across the water, and the speed at which the wavefront travels is called the phase velocity, right? So this tells us how fast a particular phase of a wave moves through the medium. And for a lossless medium, sigma is basically 0. And the phase velocity, Vp, this is 1 by... Okay, now since mu is what? Mu is mu r mu 0. And epsilon, this is epsilon r epsilon naught. This becomes, Vp becomes C by root over of epsilon r mu r epsilon r. Okay. So where C is what? 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Okay. Now given mu r is 2 and epsilon r is 4, so therefore Vp, this will be 3 into 10 to the power 8 by root over of 2 into 4. So this is 3 into 10 to the power 8 by root 8. Okay. Now root 8 is what? Root 8 is basically 2.828. So Vp will be 3 into 10 to the power 8 by 2.828, which is 1.06 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Okay, so what is the final answer? This is the final answer for this question. Okay, now can phase velocity be greater than the speed of light? Yes, under certain conditions such as the waveguides or the dispersive media, phase velocity can exceed c. But does that violate the Einstein's theory? No, because information travels with the group velocity, not the phase velocity. So this is one of the most frequently misunderstood concepts in the electromagnetic theory. Okay. And always remember for these formulas, for free space V will be equal to C. For a dielectric medium, V is basically 1 by root over of mu r epsilon r, and if mu r equal to 1, epsilon r equal to 1, then V will be equal to C. Okay, so increasing either permeability or permittivity reduces the phase velocity and the wave travels more slowly in such media. Okay. Now, whenever you see sigma equal to 0, immediately think lossless medium and simplified wave equation and use V equal to C by root over of mu or epsilon r without any hesitation. Okay. So, students, today's biggest lesson is that engineering is not just about plugging the values into the formulas. It is about identifying the right formula by understanding the physics. And in this problem, the pointing vector was intentionally provided to test your judgment. And a conceptually strong engineer recognizes that phase velocity depends only on the electromagnetic properties of the medium, namely permeability and permittivity. So master this master this thought process, okay, and you will solve ESE electromagnetic theory questions both accurately and efficiently, and I know you can do that. So I really think these points are now clear to you, and all the logics are now clear to you. So if you get this kind of question in the examination, you can do it in like this way. Okay, so if you have any kind of doubt regarding this question, you can ask me in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible like I can. Okay, so in the next session we will be solving another question of the Engineering Services Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering Paper II 2026 examination, and that will be very beneficial for your preparation as well. So see you in the next session, guys. Bye bye.